Hold up, Limitless fam. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, you're missing out on some game-changing secrets about beating procrastination. Hit pause and watch it now, you'll thank yourself later. When it's time to sleep, you start making the presentation, staying awake the whole night and working on it till the last minute. The infinite crisis. Several studies have been conducted on college students, like the one by Ellis and Naus in 1977, or by O'Ryan in 2002. According to these, approximately 80% to 90% of college students procrastinate. But in college, at least we're given a deadline, so we somehow complete our work at the last minute. But what happens when there are no deadlines? In such cases, procrastination may continue infinitely. There is no end to it. Wasting time in college meant that you don't get good marks, or you may not get a good job. These aren't crucial. But procrastinating later in life means your life may be full of regrets. If you dreamed of trying filmmaking, to quit your job and become a filmmaker, but never actually try, you'd hear elders say they wanted to become great at something when they were younger, but couldn't because of circumstances. They say they had big dreams. Often they blame the circumstances, but they know they didn't try. They're now stuck with a permanent "what a feeling." Procrastinating on fitness and exercise means you eventually gain weight. Nothing major. If you start eating healthy and exercising, within a few months or years you can lose weight again. But if you continue procrastinating for years, one day it will shock you that you have diabetes, or you'd be told you need a stent in your heart. Some people don't even get this chance. They get sudden heart strokes and lose their lives. Apart from this, the consequences of procrastinating on emotional stuff are severe. You might dream of taking your grandparents on an airplane one day, but that day may not come. If you keep procrastinating about this, one day you'll find out they passed away. As a result, you'll be left with heavy regret. Disappointment over these. It's not only about lifetime regret, it brings stress, anxiety, and depression too. The thing you want to do and the thing you are doing, if there's a huge gap between them, there will be a mental conflict within you. This can be termed cognitive dissonance. A study conducted at a German university on more than 1,000 people found that due to procrastination, there are high levels of stress, depression, anxiety, fatigue. It impacts everything. Another feeling accompanying procrastination is guilt. Expectancy theory. If we aren't happy with procrastination, why do we do it? Scientists have come up with 4 theories. The first is expectancy theory. Given by Victor Harold Vroom in 1964, this theory states that a person's motivation to do a task depends on their expectation of the result. If the chances of achieving the result are low, the motivation to do the task will also be low. For example, suppose your school or college tells you the person who gets the first rank in the class will get a reward of Rs 1 million. Will you be motivated to study hard? Will you work to get the first rank? If you score high in your class, and you know you're always in the top 10, you know you have a high chance to win this prize money. If so, you'll study diligently and start working immediately to get the first rank. But if you lag behind in class, don't get good marks, and rank at the bottom, knowing there are more diligent and intelligent students in class, then you know you have a low chance of winning the prize money. So your motivation to study will be low as well. There is a direct relation between the level of your motivation and the expectancy of the result. Remember this. Now let's talk about the second theory. The second theory is the need theory. Psychological need theory coined in the 1960s by famous psychologist David McClelland. He says there are 3 types of needs of people. Affiliations mean the need for social relationships. Depending on your personality, your most vital need depends on you. If you're given a task that matches your psychological needs, you'll be more motivated to do it. Let's take another example. What do you think our politicians need the most? Power. Every one of them wants to rule. This shows their strong desire for power. If given a task related to that need, they'll rush to complete it. Their motivation will be through the roof. But if tasked with working for the people, since they don't have a strong need for that, they'll procrastinate on it. Similarly, you have to figure out your dominant need, your psychological needs. If you have a strong need for power, you'll want to succeed at your job. In such cases, if you're given a task for a job promotion, you'll have the highest level of motivation to do that task. This is the last thing I am talking about, because if the other reasons and obstacles to motivation I told you about is clear to you, thanks for watching, Limitless fam. If these tips helped you, keep pushing boundaries and stay limitless.